Hello, and welcome to Pod of the Week, a place where I get to share my thoughts on pods I think you need to know about. Yes, this is the third installment for 2025, and in continuing with the theme of building the foundations for you to tackle 2025, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite you to listen to another emotional intelligent framework type of podcast, and this is called The Overwhelmed Brain. So in my research, I came across this podcast, and I think, besides the voice sounds cool, but I think this is another podcast suite that would help you build the necessary framework or give you handles to navigate maybe some of the challenges you find in your life in terms of mental health and your environment, and maybe gives you an understanding and building a framework and how to navigate through it and to persevere and grow. This is a podcast, and as they frame it, to increase emotional intelligence, strengthen your self-worth and self-esteem, and to learn to make decisions that are right for you. The type of podcast episodes you'll get to listen to is the partner who likes things just the way they are when you're miserable, the people you avoid, judgments that you have about others that keep you unhappy, and how coping mechanisms may be interfering with your happiness. If you want to know what it sounds like, have a listen.
I had someone reach out to me and tell me that they have been highly judgmental in their relationship, and they told me that they read my article called, what is it called? It's called Judgment, the Ultimate Relationship Destroyer, or something like that. Judgment is the ultimate relationship destroyer. Because nobody wants to be judged. Or at least most people don't want to be judged for who they are, what they do. And most people that you judge in your life, if you do that, are adults making their own decisions and believing that they have a right, which they do, to make their own decisions and do things that others might not be in alignment with. For example, this person who wrote to me said that they were or are very judgmental to their wife, and he thinks that it's kind of hypocritical because he's judgmental about her drinking even though he drinks too. And he said, I would get disgusted by her behavior and generally make her feel bad about it. And the reason he started getting judgmental is because she started doing it more than he did, or she started doing it in excess that he did not care for or like. And so he asked me, how did you get past this? How did you get past judging excessive alcohol use? And he said, I feel like I'm in a weird spot. So he's being honest. He's admitting that he probably shouldn't be judgmental, but he can't get past it. He also mentioned in there that he had a father who was an alcoholic. I don't know if that person is still alive, but he said, my father was an alcoholic, so maybe because of that, or very likely because of that, I have this issue, even though I drink. So his question to me had to do with that article, which is when I talked about when I was highly judgmental in my previous marriage, when I was highly judgmental about my wife's emotional eating. I was critical and judgmental about her eating habits, which was wrong. It was not healthy. It was toxic. And so I had to learn how to heal from that, heal from being judgmental. And so
the cool thing about this podcast, it's not just only a podcast. If you go to the website, there is resources available that will assist you and aid you in navigating the podcast episodes, but also extra reading and books that will just, like I said, further supplement your mental health journey. So it's worth a listen. So if you're looking for a podcast that will help you build the framework and maybe answer your why. Why is this happening? Why am I going through this? Then this is the pod for you. So remember, pods are not for some, they're for everyone.